G'day, my name's Dan Winson and I'm the founder and CEO of Zetifi. We're a wireless networking startup that builds solar-powered, long-range Wi-Fi systems for farmers so they can have fast and reliable broadband everywhere they need it. We've designed and proven our technology here in Australia, and we're preparing to launch into the US market by building a team in upstate New York. 66% of Australian farms need better connectivity. This creates significant economic and social problems and hinders their ability to leverage new technologies to improve their operations. As a network engineer living in rural Australia, I recognise that this problem wasn't going to be solved with existing technologies, and that the importance of solving it was only going to increase with the growing global demand for food. So I founded Zetifi to create the world's first scalable solution for providing in-field connectivity to the millions of farms around the world who need it. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Aussie farmers have big farms in some of the most isolated places on earth. Do farmers in upstate New York even need better connectivity? To be honest, before entering the competition, we weren't sure. We did know that around half of the 2 million farms in the US had connectivity problems, but we didn't know if the market was big enough in upstate for it to make sense for us to launch from within the region. Thankfully, the competition has provided opportunities to have lots of conversations with farmers, farm equipment dealers, and other experts on the ground. We've spoken to upstate vineyards who want to use data to make better decisions, but the lack of in-field connectivity makes it too hard. We've spoken to dairy farmers who currently have to record data on paper during the day so they can enter it into the computer when they return home at night. Fruit growers who want to adopt precision agricultural practices to improve the efficiency of their production systems, and row croppers who want to use the technology that's built into their tractors, sprayers, and combines to increase their yields and reduce their input costs. The problem is that many of them can't use this technology because they don't have the in-field connectivity needed to make it work properly. Half the farmers throughout the US, including lots of farms in upstate, have this same problem, and everyone will benefit from more affordable, more reliable farm-wide broadband. You see, poor connectivity is holding back our entire industry. Everyone from ag tech startups through the world's biggest farm machinery companies. They need better connectivity so that they can build better solutions, simple solutions, elegant solutions that are ready for the mass market. The mass market will adopt ag tech, everything from IoT to cloud software to precision farming through to fully autonomous farm machinery. But only if we as an industry can deliver solutions that are easy, reliable, and add real value. And to do that, we need fast and reliable in-field connectivity. It's a problem worth solving. The USDA estimates that increasing the adoption of digital ag technology by improving connectivity will deliver $18 to $23 billion of gross benefits to the US economy. The states you see here in blue, including upstate New York, have an abundance of family farms with in-field connectivity problems that Zetifi can solve. This is a $1.2 billion market opportunity for farm connectivity that will deliver a $20 billion benefit to the economy. Now, to be clear, there are two distinct problems faced by farms when it comes to connectivity. The first is that farmers need better broadband to their house and office. This is the problem low Earth orbit satellite solutions like Starlink are starting to address. The second problem, the billion-dollar problem that is blocking the widespread adoption of ag tech, and the reason that Zetifi exists, is that farmers need access to broadband everywhere else they work too, in the fields while driving their tractor, while spraying or harvesting their crops, while collecting data in their milking center, while picking fruit, while mustering cattle. This is why Zetifi is providing broadband connectivity into the barns, into the fields, throughout the vineyards and orchards. We're providing broadband everywhere it's needed so that farmers can adopt best practice technologies that save them money, save them time, increase their yields, and help them use data to make better decisions. This is how we're doing it. The ZetiCell. It's a solar-powered Wi-Fi small cell designed and built by Zetifi specifically for providing farm-wide connectivity. It repeats fast and reliable Wi-Fi to vehicles, machinery, cameras, and other devices over a distance up to 3 miles. Multiple Zeti cells can be chained together to provide connectivity across even the large farms we have here in Australia. We're focusing on this niche and innovating to fill the functional and financial gap that existing technologies can't address. 3G, 4G, and 5G are too expensive, and IoT networks simply aren't fast enough. The Zetifi is the first solution that can scale across farms and scale globally to provide the fast in-field connectivity that farmers need, while giving us an advantage against competitors like Ubiquiti, Cisco, Nokia, and Ericsson. We've also developed a portable repeater, the Zeti Rover, that works with the Zetifi to extend connectivity out to farm machinery and vehicles. These solutions are the state-of-the-art in rural and remote connectivity. We've prioritized making them affordable, easy to install, easy to manage, and above all, scalable. We've invented patent-pending technology that enables us to sleep and wake up Zetifis on demand, saving 80% of the solar and battery costs. We've simplified installations by eliminating the need for configuration. Our installers just plug it in and turn it on. Our software handles the rest. This means our devices can be installed by farm equipment dealers, electrical contractors, and farmers themselves. We're developing self-healing capabilities into the devices. With software doing the heavy lifting, Zetifi can scale without needing an army of network engineers. Our business model is simple. We charge a low upfront cost to deploy a network and a monthly per device subscription. Farmers are happy to pay because the connectivity we give them lets them reduce their costs and increase their profits. For example, according to the United States Department of Agriculture, 40% of US fields are over-fertilized. This not only inflates the cost of inputs, but results in a 15 to 20% yield loss. This is a problem that can be fixed easily with existing technology. Farms just need fast, reliable, and affordable in-field connectivity to make it work and to make it simple. We've developed and launched our solutions in Australia with support from Australian farmers, the Australian government, and industry leaders, including CNH Industrial. We completed paid beta trials across more than 100 Aussie farms, and we're currently bidding for a multi-million-dollar project to provide connectivity to thousands of farmers in southeastern Australia. We're planning to leverage this traction to launch in the US in 2021. Our projected growth in the US market is based on what we've seen is possible in Australia, and we plan to reach profitability by 2022. We're anticipating raising an A round in late 2021 to fuel rapid growth in Australia, New Zealand, and the US, while launching into Argentina, Brazil, and Canada, all markets with similar in-field connectivity challenges. Zetifi has the team to make this happen. I've been designing and building wireless networks for more than 20 years. Our product manager, John, is a precision farming expert and has developed and commercialized products for ag and other industries. Paul, our Chief Operating Officer, spent 16 years managing information technology for Cargill Australia. We also have a network of advisors with unparalleled knowledge and experience in founding, scaling, and exiting companies in this space. If we're successful in the competition, we'll be building out this team in upstate New York, and this is what it'll look like. We're going to create a customer support team in Rochester and have actually already contracted 2 interns from RIT. A second or third prize will enable us to relocate Ben, our lead software engineer, to Rochester to establish our core software development team on the ground. Finally, if you choose to award us first prize, we will establish an initial team of 7, which will grow to 50 high-quality jobs in the Grow New York region within 3 years. I've already spoken with Matt Foley at NextCorp and to many of the manufacturing, logistics, and sales partners that we'll need to make this work. I'm convinced your region has everything and everyone that we need to scale our operations across the full US market. In summary, our solutions have been proven to work. We're already generating revenue by solving connectivity problems for Australian farmers, and they love what we're doing. By providing true last-mile connectivity for US farms, Zetifi will help drive the adoption of ag tech and unlock billions of dollars of value for the US economy. Zetifi are a force multiplier for innovation. Solving in-field connectivity problems helps farmers, but it also creates opportunities for other ag tech startups and established market leaders to innovate. Our relationships across ag tech, telecommunications, and the ag machinery industries can help upstate New York become a global leader in ag tech innovation. Our early success in Australia has us in a strong financial position. We're ready to scale, and we will spend 100% of winnings from Grow New York on launching and growing our operations in the Grow New York region. Let me close with this. As you can see from our business development efforts through the competition, Zetifi is accustomed to moving quickly and getting things done. Our team has the proven experience to continue delivering on this opportunity, and we're ready to do it from Rochester. I'm Dan Winston, we're Zetifi. I look forward to answering your questions.
Great job, Dan. Great job, Zetifi. 10 minutes of Q&A with our esteemed panel of judges. First up, we have Mary Shelman.
Hey, Dan, thanks for that great presentation. As a farm owner in Kentucky and also very aware of the challenges as we go across the country, not just about farm connectivity now, but all about rural connectivity. I was really excited about this when I saw it. I will say, though, then I kind of phoned a friend. So my husband runs an antenna company. And right. I said, hey, here's this, isn't it great? And so I have a technical question for you first. He said, hey, this is, really lots of, stuff that's going on that's already out there. And so I'm curious about kind of what's your secret sauce? If this is, he looked at it, he said it's just, directional antennas that just point. Yep. And so what's the secret sauce? And then the second piece of it is that, oh, sorry, I missed the piece. Answer number one, and I'll think about number two.
No problem, Mary. Absolutely. And your husband is absolutely correct. We can't cheat physics. We're in the same boat as Cisco, Ubiquity, and everyone else when it comes to using antennas or modulating signals. What we've done, though, is address the challenges that have stopped farmers actually adopting this technology. Everyone agrees that they need it. What we're providing is the missing link, and that's our secret sauce. What we've got is an advanced power management system that allows solar panels to provide 80% more efficiency by sleeping these devices when they're not in use. And in addition to that, we've built the devices so they're simpler to deploy and simpler to manage, which is absolutely critical. You don't have enough network engineers out on farms to deploy this technology. Our secret sauce is a business model and a technology model that now enables us to deliver it at scale where it's needed in rural and remote areas.
Okay, great. And then the follow-up question on it, which I do remember, is that is there anything about the U.S. that would make your solution as it exists right now have to be changed in some way? Because I know the FCC looks at this. There's certain limitations on power as you kind of drive these signals out.
Absolutely. The power outputs are different across different regions, but they're very similar in the US to Australia. Moving to Great Britain is going to be a challenge for us because they've got much lower power outputs. The only real change that's needed is swapping out the modules that we have inside our devices. So we use standard Quectel OEM modems, and they're integrated into our custom circuitry. There is a version for Australia and a different version for the US, but we've conducted early trials and the performance is identical. So there's no real issue there. Those modules are FCC certified.
Okay, thanks.
So I will take this one here in absence of our moderator. Excellent presentation. And when I read through there, I saw the East Wagga Wagga, and that just has stuck with me since I read your business plan. And I am going to try and procure a T-shirt that somehow represents the East Wagga Wagga. So side note there. Yeah, two things you mentioned in your presentation I'd like for you to expand on. And one, you briefly touched on Starlink. And obviously, the access to rural broadband is critical here in rural America. Microsoft Airband is following a sort of a parallel path to somehow provide that connectivity to the rural economies. I know Starlink's in beta test right now, and there are a few folks out there that have subscribed to it and are excited about the very fast connectivity speeds they have. What does that do to your business model in the sort of mid and long-term future, and how do you incorporate Starlink into what you're doing?
Absolutely, that's a great question, and no one's more excited about Starlink than us, in fact. So Zetifi are backhaul agnostic. So we'll work with Verizon, we'll work with AT&T, we'll work with the local wireless internet service providers, and we're planning to absolutely work alongside Starlink. So the connectivity we provide is taking what they bring to a house or a building, because their solutions are not designed to cover a full farm. They're designed to bring it to a physical location where you can install a phased array antenna. We take it from there and we can then send it everywhere it's needed across the farm into the fields.
Excellent. And I apologize if Mary asked this question as well, but did you say self-heal? Did you describe your system as a self-healing system? That almost sounds like a Terminator Metal Man type of thing.
I'm afraid it's not as exciting as that, but basically our systems have a lot of advanced software running at the edge on the device that allow them to determine what the faults might be and what links might go down, and then they can change their own configuration based on that to make sure that the entire network stays up.
Wow, that is so neat. Excellent, excellent. And I won't go into the edge computing or data centers, as I'm sure that would take up the rest of the time that we have here. And I will gladly turn the microphone over to the next judge.
Thanks, Andy.
Zoe Feldman.
Hey, thank you
Hi,
for the
Zoe.
presentation. Hey, super exciting, really interesting. My question for you is a pretty simple one, which is, can you talk to us a little bit about some of the pilots that you've done where you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've connected everything from small farms that need coverage across a small orchard right through to the biggest property that we've connected in Western Australia, which is 30,000 acres that we've covered in Wi-Fi. Based on the knowledge that we gained in developing those pilots and deploying them, we've actually sort of targeted our products on family farms that need connectivity to drive up their yields, drive down their costs, and increase the business value by actually using technology to have a more profitable business. So we've done more than 100 of these pilots, and it's been across all of Australia in every state. Every state other than South Australia, we're working on that.
And I have a follow-up, which is, you have very clearly identified, the creation of a lot of jobs in the New York State region, which is wonderful. So can you talk to us a little bit more about that and kind of what you're thinking about, how you view that coming to life?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming you think New York should be the first region that you enter when you come to the US, but we'd love to hear more about that.
Absolutely. So Zetifi is a technology company, and the team on the ground that we want to initially start with in Rochester will be focused on software development and DevOps engineering. This would be our core team that actually develop our technology, and at the same time we'd be building up a sales team as we get the certifications from FCC for the product, getting ready to just really scale up and sell across the New York region and make any changes that are needed to our product to suit the local market. The other part of that jobs creation is obviously with our partners. So we've spoken to a number of partners that would supply us. So people like Cameron Manufacturing and Design, they have 187 employees that are ready to go and build everything we need to build, and they handle the logistics as well. So they're working out of Horseheads. And we've also spoken to, of course, the Case IH dealers. We've got a very strong relationship with Case IH in New Holland here in Australia, and we're looking to extend that. So people like Munro Tractor who need this technology so that their services and their products are enabled. So the latest range of Case IH tractors has got all this awesome technology, but it's all underpinned by the need for connectivity. And that's another spot where we'd be looking to create jobs in that sales channel.
Great.
Thanks,
Laura
Zoe.
Pedersen, maybe you have a question for Zetifi.
Yes. Okay, so I'm the farmer here, and we know Monroe Tractor. We have tractors that we purchased from Monroe Tractor. So we use GPS that I believe talks to through the cell service that we have through Verizon. Would this be something that would replace how that's working now, or how would your system interact like that?
Yeah, absolutely, Laura. So the new screens, the AFS 1200 screens that Case IH and New Holland have in them, it would replace the existing Verizon connection, and it would give you higher bandwidth and higher throughput and more reliable connectivity so that you can still have your GPS connected, but at the same time, it'll unlock the remote firmware updates. And so the team at Munro can remote in and see your screen in your tractor and help you with the settings if you need help, so that you don't have to use USB drives anymore to transfer data between there and to the office. And that's one of the main barriers to precision farm and variable rate adoption. All of that can be seamless, and that data can actually be unlocked so that you've got the information you need, and so that you can apply fertilizer and do your seeding and your spraying in a way that's more efficient and reduces your input costs.
Okay, great. I'm not very knowledgeable about GPS. Other people on our farm do that, but I do know that we have the interaction with Verizon. So I just wondered, thank you for answering that. Yeah.
That's great. Any last minute questions, judges? If not, we've only got 20 seconds, so I think we're going to call it a wrap. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much, Zetifi. Thank you so much, judges.